I want some of your brown sugar. I want some of your brown sugar. I want some of your brown sugar.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. This is my show commentator. I'm your girl, Kayla. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe for more videos about Black Entertainment, Black Womanhood, whatever I say for the time this week. Alright, let's get right into it. So, I want to talk to y'all about shows that have gotten canceled and I am still not over. Okay? Shows that have been canceled that I am still not over because you ever had a show that you love so much you tune in every week or you binge it whenever it comes out if it's a streaming show and you love it, you were like, oh my god, I love this show. Or you said you talk about it with your friends, or you talk about it with you just love, or talk about it on the timeline. It's a kiki, it's a good time, and you're just like, oh my goodness, I love this show so much. And then especially let's say that the show ended on a crazy cliffhanger, you're just like, oh my goodness, I can't wait till next season comes so I can see what happened on this crazy cliffhanger. And then come to find out, you go and you find out either because of Google or one of those platforms that tell you when shows get canceled, and you're like, what the hell? What do you mean my show got canceled? What, you never gonna find out what happens? What do you mean? Word to Justin. What do you mean? So, that's how I want to talk about them shows that you just love so damn much, and you just can't get over it. You cannot get over that it got canceled. Okay, and that's how I'm just gonna name some of my faves, and then we just gonna talk, and you let's see if we got the same taste, in television shows and like whatever. So the first show ever, I'm gonna take it back for y'all. I'm gonna take it way back, okay? But the first show that's ever gotten canceled that I was upset about is Taina. Yup, we taking it that far, okay? Taina was a show that came on in the early 2000s on Nickelodeon, and it was about a girl named Taina, played by Christina Vidal, and she went to a performing arts high school, and the show was just really dope because, I think it took place in like New York City, and, Christina Vidal is supposed to be a Latina girl just trying to be a star, okay? She trying to see her name in lights, okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, she just wanted to be a singer, and like I said, went to this performing arts school with all these talented kids. And I loved this show because it would always have like a musical number every single episode. I remember before even like Cheetah Girls and stuff was a thing, that 3LW was a guest star on there. But it was just a cute, fun show. Something for the people, you know what I'm saying? Something for the girl, well, not for the girls, but like some for the girls. Some for the girls. And when I say girls, like G-U-R-L-S, okay? Something for the G-U-R-L-S. And I remember, back then there was no like really announcement that the show got canceled. You just wouldn't see it on TV anymore, and people either it got moved to like the 3 a.m. slot, or like literally you just didn't see it on TV anymore. I just remember one day Taina was not on my screen anymore. And like I said, when I got older and I looked stuff up and I would go on my random like Wikipedia binges, I was like, oh my god, like this show literally had like a season or 2 seasons, and I was just so heartbroken because like I said, I love that show. Like that show really walks that a show like Victorious could run. You feel me what I'm saying? As well as like the other like musical-esque like Disney Channel show. Like I feel like people really did not give Taina her things, and that show is just excellent. And I feel like some of them said like a couple of the reason why that show got canceled was like something like it was too much geared towards girls or something like that. And I was just like, okay, and it was good though. Like my brother used to watch it. Like, what do you mean? Like the show was good. Like I said, some of the girls, but like not too much for the girls. I don't know. Like it's just like for the girls in a way that like a Cheetah Girls is. Like I feel like guys probably wouldn't gravitate towards Cheetah Girls, but they could still enjoy it. Or maybe more so like High School Musical, like that type of vibe. Like I don't know. Taina deserved better, and that's the first time in my life that I was disappointed by a TV show being canceled, okay? The next TV show cancellation I would love to talk about is Twisted, okay? Twisted was a show that was on ABC Family, aka Freeform, way back in like the 2010s, and it starred Mr. Beck. That is not his name, but Mr. Beck from Victorious. What's his name? Avon Georgia? Avon Georgia? I think that's how you say his name. I'm so sorry for saying it. I know he has literally said it, the correct pronunciation of it on TikTok, because I follow him on there. But that was a while ago when I seen that TikTok. So I'm so sorry, Avon. Okay? I'm so sorry. But yeah. So this show was like a murder mystery show about a boy named, I think his name was Danny. And he just recently came back home from like juvie because he was accused of killing his aunt. And so he's come back into this small town that he's from, you know, fresh from juvie. And of course, people have questions and they want answers. And, you know, that's that on that. And, you know, there's a lot of secrets going on and all that. And I think somebody ends up dying. Is that what happens? Like somebody ended up getting murdered and people try to pin it on him again or something. But I think that's what, it's been a while. But the show, like I said, it's giving like Riverdale meets Pretty Little Liars, like that type of vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it was good. You know, it had a love triangle in there. The daddy was missing. There was a big old cliffhanger the show ended on. It was just good. It was good. And it got canceled. Literally one season in, only a couple of episodes, and got canceled. Now, I think a big reason for Twisted being canceled was just right show, wrong network. Like, I think that if it was on the CW or even Netflix, it would have done way better than what it did on ABC Family. I think ABC Family was so invested in Pretty Little Liars that anything that remotely like was similar to it just didn't get the same amount of love in terms of like advertising. And even like, I remember they randomly changed the time that it came on. It was just like not a good time slot, and that's why I think it just went to the wind. But I think that Twisted was that girl. I think that Twisted had the power to be amazing. Even if it was like on MTV, I think it would have been fine. Like, I just do not like the fact that, you know, Twisted really had that early demise. I don't think it deserved it. I remember hoping to God and like checking like the Facebook forums and whatever to see if it got picked up by someone, because I really wanted to get picked up by another network, and it just didn't. And that makes me so mad because it was so damn good. It was so damn good. Like I said, especially because people liked Riverdale, especially like first season Riverdale. That's exactly what Twisted was. So like, justice for Twisted, for show, for show, for show. I loved that show. And I was so mad when it got canceled. Yeah. The next show that's gotten canceled that I was upset that it got canceled was a show called The Family. Also, another, well, it's not ABC Family, but it's ABC, which is why anytime ABC ever has a show, I wait until that show got a good 2-3 seasons before I start watching it. Like, thank God that, like, Abbott Elementary is getting the love that it deserves, because I'm telling you, ABC Family, it is hard to get a show for more than one season on that network. Like, they be chopping that junk off, okay? If it is not one of them Shonda Rhimes or the people who made, like, you know, them people, like, people who are affiliated with, like, Grey's Anatomy and stuff like that, if it ain't one of them, okay? And even some of those shows got canceled. Because remember the show was, like, called, like, was it called, like, The Catch or something? Neither here nor there. I don't be watching them shows because I'm not going to get my heart broken again because of this show and this show alone, okay? This show called The Family was a show about a boy who went missing. As you could see, I feel there's a certain theme with some of the shows. Like, you could tell kind of shows I watch based on the shows I'm upset that they got canceled. But anyway, a boy went missing, okay? He went missing, and his family tried to look for him for years, and they eventually kind of gave up, and they moved on. The mom became like a senator, or like, is it a senator or the mayor? One of them things. Government, okay? And one day, like years later, he turns back up. And so obviously people have questions as to who took him, and trying to find him and putting down the person who did it and putting the pieces back together, and him trying to establish a relationship with his family after being gone for so long. Okay, this show was good. It was so damn good because once again, another plot twist was revealed to us. Okay, because it found out that the boy that was trying to say that he was the son was not really their son, and that the son was still out there lost. And literally on the last episode, he called and then the sister found out about it first. The sister found out that it wasn't her brother, but she didn't end up telling anybody because he told the sister that the brother was dead, but he wasn't. We thought he was dead, but he wasn't. But yeah, so, you know, it was just like, and I feel like the mom had like a feeling that it wasn't her son either, but she just was kind of rolling with it. And like she had, like I said, older brother, older sister, they had their own secrets and stuff going on. And the mama had some stuff going on. And yeah, but the last episode, the boy who was the real son, called him up on the phone, told him, I'm coming to get my family back. And I said, what? And then the show got canceled. gone. Out of here. And I was just like, why? Why can't we have nice things? Why? And I think it's another one where the time slot was weird, because I want to say it was like on like a Sunday night or something like that. Once again, if this was like a limited series on Netflix, I wish more shows would go like the limited series route. Like I really do, because I'm telling you, you go to limited series, like that's gonna get the people harder. Like, cause they're like, wow, that shit was so good. Like, or like I said, movie or like a limited series. But limited series, I think would be dope. Like if it was a limited series on HBO Max or on Netflix or even Hulu, it would have hit like grits. It would have hit like grits. It already hit like grits as a show, but I think, like I said, ABC was not the right network for it. They didn't appreciate it. I appreciated it, but they did not. They did not. And it hurts my feelings, okay? This next one, I've been on a campaign. I've been on a campaign for years about this show, and I'm about to go to war. I'll go to war for it. I will go to war for it. But I think this is the last network television show that I cared this deeply about, and that is Fox's Star. Fox's Star. So this was a Lee Daniels production, okay? It came off right off the heels of the success of Empire, and it had everything that Empire had that first season, but like Empire, as we all know, after like that first season lost the magic and the spark and the momentum, and it could not keep it going, and it got to this point of like unserious to where people just didn't care about the show anymore. But where that failed, Star excelled. It had the amazing cast, you know, Queen Latifah, Ryan Destiny, okay? It had Brandy up in there. It had Evan Ross in there. It had Elijah Kelly. It had Ryan Destiny. Did I say Ryan Destiny? It had Luke James. Like, it was just juicy and good. It had Lance Gross in there in the like, you know, some of the later episodes. It was good. It was good. It had the, like they said, good cast, excellent music. Keke Palmer was in there too. Excellent music. And then the drama. Amazing. Good. Ate it up like groceries. So damn good. And once again, left on what is the biggest cliffhangers in television show history. Okay? Alex and Derek were supposed to be getting married. And then they came and let the chopper sing. And we didn't even know who alive, who dead, nothing. And then Derek grandma got killed. And he don't even know the grandma got killed. Okay? Like, it was just crazy. And I see everybody loved, like, on TikTok, I always see people like randomly talk about Star and how good it was and how much we loved it. And that's why I don't understand. How the hell did that show get canceled and Empire get given another season? Because I felt like way more people at this point were watching Star than they were watching Empire. Like, I don't know anyone other than my mama. My mom was with True Blue Empire, like, watcher until the very end. But like, I just feel like everyone really likes that show, and I felt like Fox could have gave them at the very least one last season to wrap everything up, especially after that cliffhanger. And they've been talking about like a movie or whatever, but like, time is going. Like, that was mentioned like maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I think the show got canceled way back in like 2018. And so ever since then, we've been waiting to see when this movie was gonna happen. And like, they're getting older. Time is passing. Like, that show was good. When Star got in the booth and was airing them girls out, dissing them for filth, it was crazy. When Star sat there and had that baby, and we thought it was gonna be a white baby, and that baby came out dark because it was Luke James' baby. It was nuts. And then the many love triangles and the craziness and the whatever, like, in the music. Like I said, the music ate. I bring me, get mine, about mine, go hard looking for another like me. Boy, stop. Like, oh, it was so damn good. But yeah, I didn't even say what the synopsis of Star was. But Star, for those who don't know, is basically about this like budget, like this up and coming like girl group with the girl named Star and like her sister, her half sister, and a girl named Alex, who is supposed to be like the daughter of Lenny Kravitz. But he wasn't Lenny Kravitz in the show, but he's like kind of himself, essentially, because he was supposed to be like a rock star. And like, I was Naomi Campbell, she's supposed to be like this, you know, nepotism baby, but like she was trying to get her on her own. And you just see the ups and downs of them trying to start this girl group. And it ended right when they just started to achieve some type of fame and notoriety. and like how that brings about new problems and stuff like that. And then obviously like the interpersonal relationships that the girls get into. And the character's supposed to be like Star's mom's best friend, and both of them were trying to get a girl group started way back in the day, but it ended up not really going anywhere. And so, you know, with her, and then Hayel was also helped, you know, her mother back in the day was supposed to help the girls, you know, get back on track. Okay? It also had Amaya Scott on there. Like, it was good. Every time I think about it, I get mad. I don't want to think about it no more. But Justice for Star, that movie ready to be happening like yesterday. Like, I'm so mad. Mad. But yeah, Star, #1. If any show deserves justice, we still have time to fix that one. We can't fix the others. We can fix this one, okay? The next show, I think, is a very popular one among people who are Netflix watchers. I mean, I know Netflix be chopping the block on a lot of shows. A lot of shows get chopped. But this one, of course, I got to talk about the Get Down, babes. We got to talk about the Get Down, okay? The Get Down. It's a show set in the 1970s about a group of guys who are, you know, growing up in the Bronx at the very cusp of the inception of hip-hop. And, you know, it's this guy, what was his name? Books? His name was Books, but I don't remember what his actual name was. It's escaping me. But it was played by Justice Smith. Ooh, I love me some Justice Smith. He is so amazing. I see an Oscar in his future. I do. He's so versatile and amazing. But this is, I think, one of the first things I've ever seen him in. And, you know, like, he was trying to, like, start this rap career with his friends. And he's trying to, you know, tote the line of, like, going to school and, like, being a creative and being stuck between the two worlds. And then, of course, you got Mylene, the girl he in love with, okay? Mylene, the disco queen, honey. But I loved it because it's 70s. Like, any show set in the 70s, really any, like, period show, for like, honestly. But, like, 70s specifically, because, like, 70s was such a, just, like, in terms of, like, black culture, is like when black culture was at its peak. So, like, to see shows set at that time period is, like, the closer, it's just always just so damn good. And, like, it was just like I said, the cast 8. You got Shamik Moore, like I said, Justice Smith, Jaden Smith, and who else? That's it, right? In terms of, like, big names in the show, as far as I can remember. Oh, it had that fine man. What is that fine man's name? Y'all know the fine man I'm talking about. Yaya. I think it's the first time I've seen Yaya in something. Yeah. Ooh, I loved it. It was so damn good. It was so good. The raps were fun. It was just like a cute coming of age story, like I said, with a 70s and hip hop twist that we just really never really seen before in music. And right when it was really getting the girls, they canceled that thing. They canceled it. I think they tried to say that it was too expensive to make. I think it's BS. Like, Netflix has more than enough money. Even if you tried to make a little bit of adjustments to the budget to make it more affordable, y'all really could have done it because y'all have Stranger Things and y'all pay them kids a ton of money. Not the black ones, but you know what I mean. That's tea for another day. But yeah, you know what I mean. Like, you guys, if you really consider this, that people love that show. People, like I said, talk about that show to this day about how heartbroken they were when that show got canceled. And I don't see the reason why, once again, we could have did like another season or 2. Honestly, I think 2. They had 2 good more seasons in them. 2. I mean, honestly, the first season was a little bit stronger than the second, but it's okay. We could have bounced back. We could have bounced back better than ever. Now everybody's too old. Okay, and then, like, luckily Shamik Moore got more work with, like, Spider-Man, and, like, he's in the Wu-Tang Clan saga, which I love. That just, you know, is about to be in their last season. But, and you already know, like, Justice Smith will be fine. He's been in a couple of projects. He was in that one other show. What was it called? Like, Generation or something on HBO, but that got canceled, child. But he's in other movies, too. And he's about to be in a movie that's about to come out. I don't know the name of it, but Justice Smith will be fine, because he's just excellent. And then Jaden Smith is Jaden Smith. He will be fine, obviously. But you know what I mean? Like, I just really wish that show got more, because it was so damn good, and I enjoyed it for sure. Yeah. A lot of people have feelings about Lovecraft Country. I know a lot of people love that show. I couldn't get into it. And I love me some Journey Smollett. Now, we know her brother, yeah, but Journey, oh, she's a star. She is a star from the beginning. Since the moment she showed up as the only person of color in the Full House household, okay, as Michelle Friend, I knew she was gonna be somebody. But no, like she just got the chops, honey. But and then Jonathan Majors. Come on now, Jonathan Majors. It's Jonathan Majors' year. That's why I said he didn't lose at the end of the day. But that show, I just couldn't get into it. Granted, I know I just only watched the pilot, and sometimes the pilot do be the slowest episode. But I feel like, considering that the shows seem to be very triggering for like the actors involved, and even people had said that is a reason that it deeply triggered like the late Michael K. Williams. Also, I think we could have did without it. We could have did without it. I'm sorry. And then there was that controversy where like somebody said on TikTok how they were an extra in the show, and she was a light skinned person, and they painted her black to try to portray a younger version of a dark skinned character in the show. Y'all can keep that show. Now Watchmen though, Watchmen. Oh, I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the hell out of Black superheroes. Black superheroes. I was down with that. I was down with the get down. That show could have had a cute 4 seasons. I don't care what nobody say to me. Okay? I don't like that. They try to make it like HBO. That's the first cancellation of HBO that they were dead wrong for. Y'all was talking about Lovecraft Country. Watchmen. Watchmen should have never gotten freaking canceled. It should have never done it. Never. And that was another one that had a big plot twist. But yeah, it had Regina King, okay? And it had Yaya again. Okay, y'all see how I feel about that man. But yeah, like I really wished that they would have kept that going. It was a good show. Like I said, Black superheroes. It's one of them shows you gotta see to get it. But I think HBO probably got rid of it because then they like get rid of shows that like get canceled now, which is just like, why? That's not necessary. Okay, like you can cancel the show, but at least give me a chance to rewatch it. Damn. But yeah, those are all the shows to my knowledge that I can think of that shows that got canceled before their time. I mean, we could dedicate really a whole other show to like the shows like Girlfriends and like Moesha that got canceled on big cliffhangers or like didn't really get the proper conclusions that they deserve because whatever. We could do that too. That's a whole separate thing though, because that's just separate. Okay, that's a whole separate issue that we could really go into as well. But that's just that. And same thing with One-on-One. But like I said, all those are what like UPN shows that end up being technically CW shows, but they got canceled because they want to be the white teenage network. Okay, so. Yeah, but that's another conversation for another day. But yeah, those are all the shows that I do not agree with their cancellations, and they deserve better. Y'all let me know a show that you really enjoyed that got canceled that you're still heartbroken about and you would go to bat for, as well as do you remember the shows that I mentioned? Did you like them? Were you upset when they got canceled? Let's talk about it in the comments. Thank you guys so much, and I'll definitely see y'all in my next video. Peace out.